Hey everyone, this is my pitch for AK69.fun. At a high level, you can think of it as a consensus protocol and coordination game. To set the context first, it's important to understand that the way our society works now has some underlying patterns that are not working for us or the planet. They are deeply embedded in our culture and systems that we operate on. But with crypto and AI, we have a chance and the power to change those patterns. You might be wondering what kind of a game is it? It's a societal game, a real world societal game where we can coordinate our way towards better outcomes for all instead of zero sum games. And what did I mean by not working for us? It's all of these problems that are interconnected and complex to grapple our heads around. But there are some common themes that appear when you look deeper. Uh, the first one is rivalrous dynamics. Um, this is game theory at play when people make decisions in a game and they most often pick a strategy that maximizes their reward. It's called the prisoner's dilemma. In If you take climate change as an example, if there are countries competing in the global market to sell goods, one with coal energy spends lesser capital and thus can be more competitive in the market and win in the international markets. So the default behavior is to use coal and not upgrade to a renewable source of energy. And as a consequence of this, there is a negative impact on the external environment, and that's often called tragedy of the commons. And this behavior is also seen in arms race, in scientific discovery, building AI clusters, etc., where people are trying to get a strategic advantage. And the other one is narrow goals. If we optimize just for financial capital and material capital, we will ignore the value of other forms of capital, and hence, that makes us less equipped to deal with crisis and shocks. And that's also one of the reasons why we don't prioritize the environment, because to produce goods at a cheaper rate, we just decide to pollute the nature, and yeah, the cost of cleaning up that go is on nature. And yeah, if we were to include that in the economic system, things would become way more expensive, and hence yeah, but it's not the right outcome generally for the public. And this is how it looks right now. There's a group of people working on systemic solutions that address these problems, but they're terribly underfunded and don't get enough attention from the crypto natives, or the broader climate change folks, to signal their value and attract capital to do more and scale impact. So what if we could play a game to agree on what's valuable, uh, empower those working to grow that value, and unify efforts through win-win dynamics, and build resilience and create a multi-capital store of value, amplify their reach through memes, irony, and play, fund regenerative systems to run the world. Yeah, this is probably how the game will look. This is the actual screenshot of the landing page, and here you can see AK69 as the tool that you can use to fight this monster that we're dealing with, all the coordination failures. It's called Moloch, It's the god of coordination failures, and the princess is the prize that the hero is trying to win, which is a cleaner planet and healthy, happy humans. So you must be thinking, this can't be serious. How is this possible? This must be some scam. Is it safe? Why has nobody done it? I don't know if I have the time to go into all of those questions, but maybe I can answer how is this possible. Yeah, just to introduce the team a little bit. Yeah, we're a bunch of founders are who've been in this space for a while, and we really care about the systemic problems, and we want to solve them. And you can click on their name and check out their profiles. So yeah, how does this actually work? It's just three basic steps. You have to burn a regnet token, which is a token representing one of the values that you want to see more of in the world. And when you burn those tokens, you earn something called grit, and that is the fuel or the energy that you need to use in order to mine AK69. And you need some luck because it's like a lottery based system, like how Bitcoin is, with how you need to spin up miners and only one miner wins the block. And this is what's happening under the hood. There's a positive feedback loop between regnets. By burning regnets, you help them increase their market cap because it takes their tokens out of supply and increases their market price, and that gives them more agency to do more work. And then so that kind of incentivizes them to burn more, and that increases the demand for AK69, which then increases its price, and with that makes it more profitable to burn. And yeah, it's a positive feedback loop from there. So yeah, it's a win-win for everyone. And why is it special? Um, yeah, it has multiple reasons. One is it's scarce, just like Bitcoin. So people who it can act as a store of value, and it channels self-interest for collective good. So people will act in their selfish ways to maximize for their benefit, which is mine as much AK69 as possible at a low price, and hoard as much as possible by burning their own tokens, which helps their own projects. So yeah, there's a selfish behavior that this taps into. And yeah, it also offers these token projects control over their destiny. So let's say they're not doing so well, but they want to signal that they are actually doing something valuable. This is one way for them to do that. And yeah, because it includes multiple tokens, this is also a way to like fuse all of those tokens into one token, and AK69 represents the value of all the tokens that were burnt in this mechanism. And yeah, there's a whole lore of what AK69 is, and yeah, I don't want to go into those things in this presentation, but yeah, you should be able to see that on the X profile and the other social media posts. Yeah, and as a it can also be thought of as a peaceful weapon to fight Moloch. Moloch is the god of coordination failures, the same one that I showed you previously, and also looks like this. So, yeah, it's a friendly gun, it only shoots hearts, so it's all love. Um, yeah, and this is how the arena will look, hopefully. And Yeah, the business model is it's the first of its kind multi-capital store of value. We will have protocol fee for ongoing operations like canister cycles, etc. And we expect the value to appreciate because of the inherent scarcity it provides. And these are some of the features that we plan to include in the launch. It's expected in Q4 of 2025. We will include three tokens to be burnt in the mechanism, and those will be from three different chains, mostly the L2s on Ethereum. And some of the features that this protocol is leveraging are HTTPS outcalls for price, and VRF is verifiable randomness function. Yeah, we'll have a leaderboard with some gamification features and also a governance process to add or remove tokens from this protocol. Yeah, and that brings us to the end of this presentation. So thank you, and hopefully we will have something to show or something for you to play with. Thank you.